Gary, a YouTuber here that we're going to examine in a moment, has made over 25 videos supposedly exposing me. I believe he has an obsession for the very purpose of growing a YouTube channel. He needs to create content like this in order to draw an audience. And his entire subscriber base is basically a Mario hate cult. They will feast on this gossip, slander, and these videos in order to get their fix. One of the things in response to the banning is YouTube seems to be posting these old videos about me that a bunch of slanderers and gossipers made. He won't stop.
Here's Andrew. He just doesn't give up, this pathetic person.
And he's basically a YouTube TMZ tabloid that you pick up at your corner store that just creates all sorts of false accusations for the purpose of getting viewership. The devil just made you fall into a trap through using his best technique, which is to slander, falsely accuse, and to create gossip. This actually brings up another main reason. I'm only going to talk about Gary once, and that's it. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm not going to give you any more attention.
There's people making videos for their own attention.
But I needed to address this, mainly also because it's a bigger problem. This has become a trend in the Christian community here on YouTube.
Christian community is very sick, guys, by the way. Very sick.
It's all about gossip, people being exposed.
The place turned into a really sad disgrace to Jesus.
Come on, people, seriously, 25 videos? He has now become an internet stalker, stalking my social media pages in order to find absolutely anything that he can twist and use in his next video that is going to drive him attention.
So many false accusers, people making videos for their own attention.
Again, this is a huge problem in the YouTube community. Brothers and sisters, we need to stop this. And so you can go ahead and go back to the 2-year-old gossip that comes from people that have wicked and twisted hearts. But now keep in mind, Gary will say I'm a wolf based on the fact that I'm acting, and when I cry, I guess according to Gary, that's a sign that I'm acting. No, I'm crying, brother, because I have a big heart. I'm courageous enough to put that out there, and it's not an act like you're false accusing me as if it is. The enemy has put a belief in me at a deep level. This lie has been deeply rooted and seated in me that I'm a screw up.
People make different face expressions when they cry. So you want to make those same face expressions when you're trying to make yourself cry, because it helps stimulate your tears. You know what I mean? Like, your body will recognize you making those faces, and it'll make your body naturally already want to start crying. Like, okay, when I'm trying to make myself cry, I start making the face expressions that I feel my face doing when I'm actually crying. So that's the first step, is doing that. And then what you need to do is just be staring. Stop thinking about stuff. Don't be sitting there thinking like cry, 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 because that's not going to do anything for you. So you need to sit there, you know, and like make a face expression like you're going to start crying. So what I do is, like, I sit here and I start breathing like you know how you do when you cry, like you're really upset. So that's what I do at first. I go. So that's like just like a short thing that I do. So obviously like it makes actual tears come out. I have mascara on, which is probably a bad idea for this video. So I'm not gonna like go full out. But basically what I do is like, you know, like I said, I like calm myself down and then I start like making the face expressions and like you naturally start feeling like you're gonna start crying when you make the face expressions that you make when you're crying.
His obsession to cover me over and over and over can't be led from the Holy Spirit. And it's a shame that you're not more Spirit-led to see that and to understand that. And Gary, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to love you and to forgive you. I forgive you for false accusing me.
All you do is slander.
And continuously just obsessing and
All day, every day.
and creating a Mario hate cult on YouTube.
And you think you're of God? Good luck on Judgment Day, buddy. I pray you get saved.
And for a long time, I was just ignoring it. But today, this one time only, I'm addressing it. And I'm not even going to go into the 25 videos to address every point. That would be exhausting. Are you kidding me?
Of course you're not going to try to address any of my videos because you know you have absolutely no defense.
Wild, man.
That's why you're so flustered and fumbling over your words just at the mere thought of trying to address any of my videos. These videos haunt you because they're holding up a mirror and reminding you who you really are.
Wild, man. Wild, man. Wild, man.
Wow, man. Wow, man. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, man. Dun, 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 dun. Went to the club, and then I seen Eric. My heart beat so fast I could hardly bear it. Walked over to him, and he gave me a hug. Boy, you're the only one I want to give my love. Let's get out of here and have ourselves a cuddle. Smile low on his face, there ain't no rebuttal. Went to my car, it was just him and me. And then we decided to start a men's ministry. Wow, man, burn, burn, burn. Wow, man, down, 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 down. Dum-dum-dum-dum.
Wild, man. What I want to just do in closing here, once again, is talk about how this is a massive problem in the Christian community. And we'll discuss that at the end because it's actually become a huge problem. I'm having to block so many people because you're going to old gossip that's not even relevant to my life anymore. This is not led of the Spirit, brothers and sisters, and I know I'm not perfect, and I've done some things that are absolutely horrible, and I went into recovery. It was legitimate. I received a certificate. You don't get that unless you pass all your screenings, and I am visibly changed. David repented, as I have. I had legitimate struggles in my life, and I went into recovery in order to deal with them.
Did you go to rehab for your pride and narcissism? Because that's your real problem, not narcotics. But you want your audience to believe narcotics was your problem because that's a much easier fix to sell to your audience. Not to mention his rehab certificate has been replaced in his current videos by a YouTube plaque. Like I said, pride is his issue, and he feels validated by his YouTube plaque. That was actually from his old channel, by the way, which ironically was strictly about gossip and exposing celebrities. All of the things he now vehemently fights against. Even though he's still proud enough of his old gossip channel to display the YouTube plaque he got for it over his new rehab certificate. I guess it's okay for Mario to expose people, but when people expose him, it's wrong. It's a trap from Satan. It's sin.
Yes, I'm looking at my bullet points, Gary. It doesn't mean that I'm a scam. I'm lying or acting. For those of you who've been following me for a long time, you know I've always had a paper. I use bullet points and I just go because I don't want to miss certain points throughout the video. It's that simple. It's not a big scam like Gary will obsessively try and take every little scene and cut and splice it for the purpose of fitting his narrative so that he can continue feeding the Mario hate cult.
When you're speaking, whether it be on a video or in person, you either talk from your head or from your heart. If you're making a video and speaking from your head, it's perfectly fine to use bullet points, notes, or even a script, as many YouTubers do. It helps keep the speaker on track, and I'm all for that. My issue with Mario is not that he has bullet points or notes when he's talking from his head going over some kind of information. My issue with Mario is when he's talking from the heart and constantly glancing over at notes or bullet points. When you speak from the heart, you do not need to constantly look at notes the way you do when speaking from your head. When speaking from your head, you talk about information. When speaking from your heart, you talk about what you're feeling. And you should not need notes to convey how you're feeling because it's inside you. It's from within. Therefore, why are you looking outward when you're supposed to be speaking words from within? So Mario claims to be feeling this heavy outpouring of emotion, right? To the point of tears. Now think about when you're moved to tears. When you're moved to tears, there is a thought and a feeling driving that emotion out of you. And when that emotion is coming out of you, your mind and your heart are consumed by whatever that thought or feeling is. You're not moved to tears by one thing, but then thinking about some other thing. If you open up to someone about an issue that moves you to tears, you're not going to be thinking about the football game or what to watch next on Netflix. You're going to be consumed by that feeling because that feeling is powerful. It's powerful enough to make you think or feel an emotion so strong that it moves you to tears, right? But when you look at Mario, while he is in the midst of all this emotion he claims to be feeling, you can constantly see that his eyes are wandering. That's how you know he's acting. And just like he lied and denied on the previous videos I showed, he's lying here as well. He's clearly not feeling the emotion he pretends here to be feeling. If he were, his eyes wouldn't be looking around. He would be consumed by the powerful emotion that he claims to be feeling. Now, he claims to just have a few bullet points he glances at to help him stay on track throughout the video. And that's fine when you're speaking from the head, but not when you're speaking from the heart. When you're speaking out of emotion, you don't need to look at notes because you talk about what you're feeling in the moment. Alright, so Mario says I'm wrong and he's not acting. So let's put this to the test. And tell me in the comment section if you think he's genuinely crying or if he's acting. I'm going to play some clips and I'll freeze it when his eyes are wandering. And you can see it for yourself. This has nothing to do with me splicing anything or trying to fit a narrative like he says. It's right here, plain as day for anyone to see. This dude is acting. He is performing. This is theater. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the show.